Afternoon, everybody. It is a little after 1 o'clock, so I will go ahead and call our Board of Adjustment hearings to order. By way of introduction, my name is Mary Walters, and I'm the chair of the Board of Adjustment. And to my left is Mike Johnson, a member of the Board of Adjustment. His left is Lance Octoberg, another member of the Board of Adjustment, and to his left is Fred Wallenberg, who is a substitute or an alternate for the Board of Adjustment. Jean has approval of our minutes from our previous meeting. Did everybody have a chance to see those? I would entertain a motion for approval.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the minutes from our previous meeting. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Jean has proper public notice and publication been given?
Yes, although we did have the spelling error for the last name.
That's correct. Let the record show that the second applicant, his last name should be spelled Zalucki. There was a typo in the hearing notice. Okay, with that correction, all those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so proper public notice of publication has been given.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The board meeting and public hearings to be considered today are open to the public, which means that anyone present may speak, providing they stand up and identify themselves and have signed the attendance sheet which has been passed around. There is a recording being made of these proceedings, therefore it is important that you state your name and address before addressing the board. It is requested at this time that no one interferes with or interjects comments while another person has the floor. The chair will permit adequate time for anyone wishing to speak. The board will begin a hearing by reviewing the materials in the application packet. The applicant will then be permitted to explain their request and the board may ask questions. The chair will open the hearing for public comment. Those in favor of the application will speak first, followed by those opposed. The applicant will be permitted to address issues raised during public comment. The chair will ask for any additional information the zoning department may have available and hear staff recommendations. The board does have the option of amending a variance application or attaching conditions to a special exception application. The chair will close the public hearing and the board will deliberate. The chair will then call for a vote on the application as presented or amended. The hearings will be conducted in the order they were published in the Marquette County Tribune. Jean, could you please explain the appeal procedure?
A decision by the Board of Adjustment may be appealed as authorized under Wisconsin State Statutes 59.694 sub 10 in circuit court within 30 days after the date of the filing of the decision in the Marquette County Zoning Office.
Thank you, Jean. The board will now proceed with the public hearings for the cases which have been public noticed for hearing today. The purpose of the public hearing is to take evidence in the cases in order for the board to make a decision. The Board of Adjustment is an appellate board required by state law in any county or municipality which has adopted a zoning ordinance. The board is a quasi-judicial body whose purpose is to give a full and fair hearing to any person whose property interest is directly or adversely affected by the provisions of the zoning ordinance or an interpretation of the ordinance by the zoning administrator. The board does not have authority to amend or repeal any provision to the zoning ordinance. Its sole authority is to interpret the ordinance and apply its provisions to the factual evidence presented. The board is interested in hearing all pertinent evidence, and as chairperson, I have the authority to administer oaths and to compel the attendance of witnesses. Following the last public hearing on the agenda, I shall ask for any other business that can legally be brought before the board, and then we will adjourn the meeting. All right. Our first applicant today is Thomas Shirk. His address is W3155 Dakota Avenue, Wautoma, Wisconsin. He's requesting a special exception under section 70.26 D9 of the Marquette County Code of Ordinances, chapter 70 zoning for the replacement of a legal non-conforming manufactured home on lot 3 of CSM 845 located in the fractional northeast corner of the northwest quarter, section 4 T17N R10E in the town of Crystal Lake. And the property address is W3155 Dakota Avenue. Section 70.26 D9 reads, the following uses shall be permitted only upon issuance of a special exception permit, replacement of a legal non-conforming manufactured home. The applicant is requesting a special exception under 70.26D9 to remove the existing single-wide manufactured home and replace it with a new 13.4 inch by 66-foot manufactured home. Next, you will see the application signed by the applicant. And then also in the packet is a blueprint of the replacement of the home, some aerial photos of the property, survey maps of the property, and a plat map from the town of Crystal Lake. We have minutes from the board of Crystal Lake, or notice saying that the town board took action on this, and their meeting was August 14th of 2025, and they are stating that the board recommended approval of the special exception as stated on the notice. Mr. Shirk was on the agenda for the town board meeting and appeared via telephone from the town board, and signed by Lisa Fenner, town clerk. The property is zoned general agriculture, Ag 2. The application is a special exception, and the Board of Adjustment shall review each petition for compliance with all requirements applicable to that specific use and to all other relevant provisions of Chapter 70 zoning ordinance language. In approving special exceptions, the board shall determine that the proposed use at the proposed location will not be contrary to the public interest and will not be detrimental or injurious to the public health, safety, or general welfare of the residents of surrounding lands. Upon consideration of a special exception permit and in determining whether the purpose use is substantially like the enumerated special exception uses in a district, the board shall evaluate the effect of the proposed use under the criteria and conditions listed in Chapter 70.07, Sections B through K, which Jean has attached with this petition. All right, you are Mr. Shirk.
I am.
All right. Is there anything else you wish to tell the board or add to your application at this time?
The only thing that I want to bring to light here is I did upgrade to a different mobile home than the one that I had given you. It's actually 60 foot, which is what I have now. But this one is a 15'2" wide. Okay,
So it's shorter but wider.
well, it's not shorter yet. The one I have now is a 14 by 60. And this new one that I already ordered is a 15'2" by 60. So basically the same square footage, you know.
Okay, okay,
So I just wanted to bring that to light.
okay. Yeah, because the one you have now is 60 inches long or 60 feet long.
60 feet long.
And the one you're replacing is also 60 feet, but it's wider than the one you currently
Yeah,
have.
it's another 1.5 feet wide.
Yeah, okay,
Makes it just over 900 square feet.
Correct. Good math.
and I believe the ordinance is
900.
900. All right, thank you. Anything else?
I guess not.
Okay. You have any questions, board, before we see the video? Okay, Jacob, can we see the video when you're ready? So is the mobile home, that you want to replace this with brand new?
Yes, very,
Okay.
yeah, they're manufacturing it
Okay.
right now, yeah.
And it's going in the same spot?
Same spot, that one, back when I moved that one in, that's like an 82 or something. I didn't have to have a slab, but now, of course, once they get rid of that one, I'm gonna have Keenest Excavating come in and demolish that one. And I'm gonna pour a slab, have all the utilities come into the slab and everything up to code, you know. So,
I think that's what the new ordinance requirements are. for
yeah,
that.
yeah, they gave me a sheet of, you know, the whole thing because I'm a retired carpenter, so I'll be doing the concrete myself and stuff. And I have a licensed plumber, licensed electrician.
Any other questions? All right. Let the record show there's nobody appearing virtually. And is there anyone present in the room who wishes to speak specifically in favor of this application? Is there anyone present in the room who wishes to speak specifically in favor of this application? Hearing none, I'm going to close the public hearing and the board will deliberate.
I would be in favor of granting this special exception. The property is already used for it. He's only requesting to replace what's there. It's very similar in size. Lengthwise, it's a little wider. It brings the home up to the ordinance of 900 square feet. I don't think it'll be detrimental in any way, again, because he's already using the property. He's just replacing the existing structure with a new one. So I would be in favor of this special exception.
I also would be in favor of doing this exception. It's logical to want an upgrade to a structure like that. It's in the same spot. It's gonna be all up to code now with the concrete pad and electrical and all that. And even though it doesn't meet the width requirement, I was glad to see that you actually increased it a little bit for your own sake, for living, to make it a little bit wider, and now you do meet the 900 square foot requirement. And on that basis, I would approve this application.
Yeah, I don't think it's unusual either to want to certainly replace an older mobile home with a newer one. I used to live in a mobile home one time, so I understand. And it certainly will not be detrimental to public health or safety and actually be better for human habitation, newer home. There certainly is no water control or pollution concerns, no erosion issues exist. The property is currently being used as residential, which complies with surrounding properties and continued future use. The driveway to the property already exists, so there's no ingress or egress issues that I can see. Replacing an old mobile home with a larger one brings the square footage to meet the 900 square feet, which, you know, brings up the code with the ordinance. And also with the base of the cement pad and everything also, you know, brings you up to code with today's ordinance requirements. So, with all that being said, I also approve your application. So just get with Gene, get your permits, you'll be good to go.
Where's Zach?
What is that?
Yes.
Yes, this is true.
So are you gonna give me a permit today or
No.
is it mailed to me or is
You-
it just filed?
Did you, if you haven't already applied for the zoning, which I don't know if you did when we did the application, now you have to apply for the zoning permit and the building permits.
Yeah, I know the person that sold me the manufactured home has said that I'm gonna have to get the building permit and such, you know, and she said she'd help me along with all the paperwork on that.
Yep, so you just need to get with us and then we'll get you all the right documentation for the applications. So you're approved to be able to have this structure and now we just have to permit for the structure.
Okay,
So more permits in your
Okay.
future,
so I.
but not today.
Yeah, I'll get a hold of the woman that sold me the Timberlake,
Yep.
you know, and then she'll get the paperwork rolling on that, and then I'll have to obviously meet with you again and
Yes.
go over all of that.
Perfect, yeah, exactly. You got it.
All right,
Yep.
All right.
Am I
You-
excused?
You are,
Yeah.
you can stay or you can leave, whichever you
Oh,
prefer.
I've got a lot of work to do. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Is it Zaluki?
Thank you.
Okay, our next applicant, how do you pronounce your first name?
Andy.
Andy. Okay,
For simplicity.
thank you. Andy Zaluki, he's requesting a variance under this. His address is W6205 Bluffview Drive, Montello, Wisconsin. He's requesting a variance under section 70.17B3 of the Marquette County Code of Ordinances, chapter 70 zoning, for reduced setback of 50 feet to the center line of Lakeview Drive for the construction of a detached garage on lots 1 and 2, block 9 of Buffalo Shores Estates. It's the southwest quarter to the northeast quarter, section 31, T15N R9E in the town of Packwaukee. And the property address is W6205 Bluffview Drive. Section 70.17B3 reads, the setback from a class C highway shall be 63 feet from the center line of the highway or 30 feet from the right-of-way line, whichever is greater. The applicant is requesting the variance to construct a detached garage and reduce setback of 50 feet to the center line of Lakeview Drive. In your packet now, you will see a petition for the variance signed by the applicant. And he is stating that an unnecessary hardship is present because a strict requirement of a 30-foot setback from Lakeview right-of-way, the proposed garage will prevent the owner from proposed location, creating unnecessary hardship to the owner. This is specifically important during winter time due to the fact that this property is located on the hill. The accessibility to a second driveway in the back of the house is worse and dangerous during icy and snowing conditions. The proposed location will fit into the existing lot and will enhance the accessibility, including a compliance with ADA requirement for the owner, not creating any adverse conditions now and in the future. The proposed variance to the setback will reduce the requirement to a setback of 23 feet. Unique features of this property which prevent compliance with the terms of the ordinance. The property is already improved, including underground electric, gas, and cable lines clearly identified by the utility owners. The existing service lines do not require any relocations nor reconstruction, which was carefully studied by the owner in order to avoid any unnecessary complications for the project. There are 2 fully functional and separate septic systems serving 2 different parts of the house. Septic systems, as shown on the attached exhibit, is also preventing from locating the proposed garage in other locations on the property. In addition, the house is located on the hill, which creates a unique physical limitation of the property to locate the proposed garage elsewhere. A variance will not be contrary to the public interest because the proposed location of the garage will not change the existing environment, will not adversely affect public safety, especially along the existing Lakeview Drive between the intersections of Bluffview Drive and Deer Run Drive, due to the fact that the existing lot is elevated above Lakeview Drive, approximately 2 feet to 3 feet, create a natural barrier between Lakeview Drive traffic and the subject lot where the proposed garage is located. The proposed garage will enhance the functionality and accessibility of the property and will improve compliance with the Act. The building materials anticipated for construction of the garage structure will enhance the property, will add value aesthetically, and will not adversely impact the neighborhood, preserving natural scenic beauty and rural character. The construction of the garage will not affect wildlife, wetlands, and will not affect quality of water. Next, you will see certified survey maps, schematic drawings, aerial photos of the property. Picture of the garage that he hopes to build. The warranty deed, plat map from the town of Packwaukee. We also have minutes from the town board of Packwaukee from Tuesday, July 8th. And on their agenda, we addressed the issue of this special exception permit. And in the minutes, they state that the Packwaukee Land Use Planning Commission addressed this variance or special exception permit. And there was a motion by Shu to approve the variance and seconded by Trimble, so the town board is in favor of this special exception. Property is zoned residential and shoreland. The applicant is requesting a variance under section 70.17B3 of the Marquette County Code of Ordinances, chapter 70, for a reduced setback of 50 feet to the center line of Lakeview Drive for the construction of a detached garage. The application is an area variance, and the board must determine if the ordinance setback requirement prevents the applicant from using the property for its intended purpose, which is residential. All right, anything else you wish to add at this time for the board?
I would like to clarify one thing. Before I do this, thank you so much for correcting my name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jean knew, not me, so thank Jean.
Yeah. On one of the exhibits, and I repeated this probably in a couple spots, there was a 10-foot extension of the existing driveway before we approached to the proposed garage. The clarification is we reduced that 10 feet to 8 feet due to the fact that after we stake out the perimeter of the proposed garage, and also by having all utilities marked, we determined that the electrical line is just behind, and it was in that original proposal, 10-foot extension of the existing driveway, the corner, the small portion of that garage will be encroaching the electrical line. So we moved this back to avoid any conflict with the electrical line, and we are clear with all utilities.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that is an issue, the driveway length.
No.
Yeah, and this doesn't interfere with this offset or setback from the center line of, from the lake view.
Right.
And one more thing, former civil engineer in a roadway industry, I also analyze that clear zone required, for certain type of roads. This one is, the speed limit is 25 miles per hour, so reduce that clear zone. And also the berm, which is when you drive on Lake View Drive, our property is elevated, as I stated, 2 to 3 feet on average, but at the highest point where the closest corner of the proposed garage will be is around almost 4.5 feet above the existing pavement on Lakeview. So creates like a berm, almost like a retaining wall, earth retaining wall to prevent someone to come to the property. And trees, of course, are also providing that protection. We didn't anticipate to build that garage, but after I slid a couple of times during last winter, I said enough. And my wife specifically said we have to do something. So this is a solution.
Yeah, I don't think any of those changes affect your application at all. As long it doesn't change the setback that you're requesting. All right, do you have any questions, board, before we see the video? Okay, Jacob, when you're ready.
these green stakes reflect the corners of the concrete pad, proposed concrete pad. Sorry for the trailer, but I didn't know when Jeannie was coming. So.
Any questions after the
Mm.
video?
No.
All right, then I'll go ahead and open the public hearing and let the record show there is no one present virtually or in the room to speak for or against this application. So I will go ahead and immediately close the public hearing and the board will deliberate.
First, I would recommend that this application be approved. It's reasonable to desire a garage on a property like yours, especially in the wintertime when you decided she had both cars in the garage already, and I just wish I could still get 2 cars in my garage with all the other stuff I got. Neighboring properties have similar structures from what we've seen, and due to the original property plats that existed, the location of where you're gonna put that is sort of limited by the contour of the property and the septic systems that exist, slopes and stuff, and it doesn't appear like would be major any safety there. It seemed like a pretty quiet road. Didn't see one car go by during the video. Usually we see a few. So that's not a safety issue, lightly traveled road. And plus the fact that it's already been approved by the town board. On those basis, I would recommend it be approved.
I also would recommend approval. Again, I agree, the contour of this property, it's limiting, you only have so much buildable area. You combine that with the septic system layouts, the electrical layouts, it limits your options. It's not unreasonable to have a garage in this type of property. It is a 25-mile-an-hour road, so it is lightly traveled and it is a low speed. The fact that your property slopes up and you have, as stated, that 4-foot rise, as you can see from the video, the reduced setback to the center line is mitigated by the slope. If a car were to, leave the right of way, the existing space between your structure would be mitigated by that slope. So I see no hazard there. So all that being stated, I would be in favor of this application.
Okay, I also think that it's not unusual for a residential property to want or need a garage. And the unique land structure and the septic and well placements prohibit putting your garage really anywhere else on your property. Reduced setbacks for garages in the subdivision already exist, and this would be compatible certainly with other properties in your subdivision. I see no ingress or egress issues, as the proposed garage will still be a fair distance off the road, and the roads in the subdivision are lightly traveled. I do believe an unnecessary hardship exists because it's preventing the way the land and the septic placements, everything, it is preventing you the use of this property as intended, which is residential. So, and it has been approved by the town board, which is always a good thing. So with that being said, I also approve your application or your special variance, so, just get with Jean and, or Zach, or the office, and get your permits, and you're good to go.
I believe the application's already on Zach's
Yeah,
desk.
yeah.
It's just on hold, and so then he'll get it processed.
So how, you know, I've never been previously I had never applied for the variance, how this process works, because we apply for the garage first, and then we've been required to ask for the application, which we submitted for variance. What is the next step?
It'll be approved this afternoon.
Okay, so basically the physical piece of paper
Yep.
in a form of
It'll be
permit will be.
Mailed out by next week.
Okay, okay. I can swing by if this will help too.
If you want to.
Long as it's, if you text me or send me a simple email when it will be available, I will just come and get it.
So,
It will save on the mail stamp.
yeah, there we go.
You're good
Thank
to
you so
go?
much. I
Oh,
appreciate
you're
it.
very welcome. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is, Jean is stating, or has told me before the meeting, that she doesn't think we'll need a September meeting. There's one application that's sort of and so she's wondering if we could then, move our board of adjustment meeting earlier in October, because the day that we would normally have it, her and Zach have conference. So we're looking at, October 24th, which is a Friday, so we could have it anytime during the day. If you want to have it in the morning. I don't like mornings, but I will do it if you guys want me to.
I mean, it could be 11. That's
That's good.
That's hardly
better.
morning.
But I don't care. I will make it work, whatever works for you guys.
Makes no difference to me. I'll be up by then.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lance, it's just.
11's fine with me.
You can do 11 on the 24th.
Which,
then.
Okay.
shoot, on October 20.
24th.
Yeah,
Friday.
okay, thank you.
at 11.
So
25th.
Friday, October 24th at 11 a.m.
Yep.
Okay,
And then there will be no September Board of Adjustment. And then after that, you can let us know, because if we have to hold one in like early December, like we did last year.
right. We'd probably do one like a holiday between Thanksgiving
And Christmas.
and Christmas sometime in December,
If you
If
have,
required,
if required.
if you have anything. So,
you'll miss that one.
all right.
Okay.
You can virtual.
I tried it, yeah, I had to, yeah. I tried to take that. Or Adam.
Adam, yeah, Adam was
Who's
available
Who's
to
this Adam
them.
guy? I hear his name, but I don't even know who he is.
He's camping.
All right, is there anything else to be brought before the Board of Adjustment then, Jean? Anybody? All right, I will adjourn our hearing. Thank you.
Sounds like a plan.